Yo! Okay, so I've been asked this a few times. How do I tune my car? Let's start with suspension. Here you can see my suspension settings. I don't recommend to use them because everyone drives differently. So you really should do your own tuning. Choose your track. I happen to like Akagi. So basically drive around the track. Set some type of time for yourself. That way you know if your tuning actually got better and not worse. Once you're done that, then you can start tuning the car. Back to the garage. Suspension. If you put it all the way up, the car starts to bounce around, which isn't too bad using the third person view, but I don't use it. For me personally, I really don't like to drive like this. Also, with higher suspension, you get better acceleration. Basically, the higher suspension you have, the more grip your tires will have in this game, because there's no option to change the tires or anything like that. So for traction, you're going with suspension. In third person, this isn't as bad. It's actually pretty good, and I'm sure it's faster. But like I said, I don't drive in first person, and this is way too bouncy for me. What happens if you put the suspension all the way down? Basically the car becomes more driftable, but it has no traction whatsoever. Also, while driving in first person, you feel all the little cracks in the road, which is really annoying. The way I do my suspension is I try to get as low as possible because I like drifting, but still keeping the grip, and try to not have too much body roll. What is body roll? Well, body roll is basically when you're driving a corner and the car's body tries to go over the tires, the outer tires. When you're driving a corner, the outer tires are the ones with more grip, and the car tries to go over the tires. That's called body roll. That is when wheel camber comes in. Basically, let's say you're driving a corner and these tires are the ones gripping. The body tries to go over the tires, and you fight against that with turning the tires like this. This way the body can't roll over, and this fights against the body roll. Where was I? Wheel camber. Also, when the tires are like this, it gives more grip while you're cornering. But also at the same time, there isn't that much tire touching the ground. So ideally, you should have them all the way flat so that the tires get more grip. It also helps with acceleration. Why is my car moving? So that is why you don't go overboard with the camper. It's there just to combat body roll and to help in cornering. Wheel camber 0, suspension. Let's start around there. Now let's do the actual tuning. Okay, now we're back to Akagi. So the idea here is to drive a lap. Actually, alright, the times got deleted. While I'm doing this video, why don't we try to get a lap time or something? Let's go. Okay, how does the car handle? Well, it slides too much. A little bit. Meaning I should probably add some camber. Actually, it's kinda nice like this. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. Can I do this? Oh, no, I can't. Because I've messed around with the settings, now I can't drive that long drift anymore. Sure, it drifts. but it takes a while for the car to get the grip back. I mean, like here. It grips now. It takes so long for the car to start gripping. Meaning I should add more suspension, or I could add some wheel camber to the car. The time is going to be so bad. 170, 180, 170. Right on the money. Okay, let's go back to Iro Hasaka. Because I've tuned the car before, I know how much camber I want on the car. I believe it was 6. But like I said, don't try to copy my tuning, make your own. Just because you most likely drive differently than I do. So you should make your own tuning. This way, I should have enough grip. Why is the car bouncing? Wait, I should probably lower the suspension. Just a little bit. It's already at 1. Let's go like this. Also, if the suspension is all the way down, like I said, the car loses grip. That's the simplest way I can explain it. So if you want the car to have a little more grip on the front, put the front suspension a little bit higher than the rear suspension. Yeah, that's good, I think. I can't remember the original settings, so I have to watch the video after I'm done with it. Suspension wheel camber. Okay. Let's see if that made any difference. Ooh, lights on. I really like that this game has the day-night cycle. What place did I get with just the 170? 69. What about my old time? I would have been somewhere around here. What about downhill? I think I had 165. Oh. So what's the difference here? Interesting. What just happened? Oh. What is happening here? I still think the tires are not gripping enough. But it makes this car fun to drift. So there's that. I don't like how the car drives like a boat, basically. It sways from left to right. Change the damn gear, man. Actually, I kinda like this setup now that I've driven it a little bit. It's not fast, but it's fun. $168. Okay, was that everything? Let's go over this once more. Suspension. Start from the middle, increase or lower it, depending on how you like to drive your car. The more suspension you have, the better grip and acceleration you have. But for me personally, the car becomes garbage to drive. If you go all the way down, you lose grip, but it becomes easy to drift. Also, if you want more understeer, I mean, some people do like to drive like that, put less suspension on the front. And if you want to oversteer, turn down the suspension on the rear tires. Also, the more suspension you have, you start to get body roll. That is when you adjust the wheel camber. It helps to grip while cornering. The more camber you have, the less traction you have because the tire is not flat on the road. tune your car to your taste. I mean, if the car feels good to drive, you'll probably drive faster. That's my take on tuning. Do with the information what you will. If you have any more questions, leave them down in the comments. Let's say in the next one. Bye bye.